Welcome to TradeTheMBO.com. This is John's reports for the 14th of August. We've been in some overbought here with the S&P. It's easing off a little bit with our shakeout. The steel has reset, still above negative 13.5, and we've had no change in our power mode too. It's been above since July of the 13 level here, which means that we've been pretty consistent. And we're seeing a narrowing here of the magenta green. If that separates and begins to break out, you would look for the next spurt going back up. But until then, we just have a little bit of softness. Pretty clean within there. The NASDAQ, just the opposite. It already reset from a shakeout standpoint and already had the steel move below the negative 13.5, and then has been in a steady increase level there. So that's what's giving us this short-term pop. And of course, we've been completely neutral with shorts, mid-term buyers as well as long-term buyers. I mean, pretty much flatlining all around the 0 point. Nothing to speak of from that standpoint. From a euro standpoint, though, of course, the Fed likes it at this particular range. The euro is still a bit more consistent than the U.S. when it comes to managing the COVID situation, in the sense that they have a broad, universal approach to the EU bloc, whereas in America you've got 50 states doing 50 different things, and the chaos of that is just not adding to the cohesion of economic recovery. And as long as that remains the case, and you don't have international travel, this is going to continue. So I wouldn't look for any change before the election unless something dramatic happens. I know the Russians have started their vaccine in several different countries in the PR campaign, because you can't have that when trillions of dollars are at stake for big pharma. They need that revenue, even though the U.S. started pre-advanced buying, which is nice for them. From an oil standpoint, likewise, we're worried for the push to 50, but that's not going to happen until you know that you have a more sustained, liberalized economy, people moving around. Gold had just filled back the gap. It's still in a positive mode from what our expectations are with it, but that doesn't preclude the fact that it could fill all the positive extremes. I think we're just seeing the ease off some profit taking, and then the resumption will be back to the upside of that. Intraday squeezed it all the way down just so we could look at the last few days, and we have the decline that goes there. We end up with our consolidations, the ripped new levels. We get positive extremes. We mark the level. We then approached a brand new high up near the 3380, and like we talked about it before, we had this buy signal that came the other day, and it was just a matter of following it, and we reached new highs with it right there, studied across, came back, revisited the same 3359, as we thought we might. Expand this back up. And that's leaving us for, that's right, move back to the same highs, come back to the same support level. We broke it a little bit briefly there in the pre-market, but gave a nice turnaround signal from a power mode 2 with the orange dip. Red over white, the green over red, orange dips below, and the power mode crosses below, and you have the uptick of Azure. It's sort of a classic move, corresponded with the shakeout doing the same, and that's what's led to this current spike. So all pretty clean, simple, straightforward stuff. It's just a matter of back and forth. Look for the weakness. When you find it, you exaggerate it, and then you push back, particularly if you have a weak time period. It's still early enough in after hours, so we'll probably get back up to the mid-range here anyway, and go back and forth from there. It's still decent volatility ranges, though. You're getting at least 15, 20-point moves minimum, so no objection to that. As always, though, continuing to update setups, and I will put them on the Skype chat as warranted. Trade well. We'll talk again later.